is Emily Kamundi Osoro. I'm a leadership coach and the director for Rise and Learn Limited. Coaching is actually one of those, it's highly misrepresented, globally speaking. You have a lot of people saying they are coaches when they are not. The difference between, coaching and other interventions, for example, such as mentoring, it's many times people confuse coaching and mentoring. Mentoring, on the one hand, is about showing the way. You've been there, done that. A lot of people will go look for a mentor who's more experienced than them, who has been in a certain field of expertise. So when you're looking for a mentor, you're looking for experience, you're looking for expertise. They've done it, therefore they can show you how is it done so that you avoid making the mistakes. As opposed to coaching, where the coach actually doesn't provide the solutions. One of the other disciplines, just for purposes of really demystifying what coaching is all about, we've talked about mentoring. Then we have teaching or training. When you're sharing information with somebody, then you're teaching them. Guiding, on the other hand, is you're kind of holding their hand and saying this is how you should do it, right? And then we have counseling, which is really another, it's more like a psychological, approach. While coaching is forward-looking and proactive, counseling, on the other hand, it's reactive. It reacts to a problem, to inner underlying issues that an individual is going through. So you are digging deeper into the problem to find out what could be causing the individual to behave the way they are behaving. What could be bringing up this particular situation. And the reason why I began by saying that coaching is misrepresented, you find individuals would probably be counseling someone when you should be coaching them, or you're mentoring when you should be coaching. One of the boundaries that we need to be clear about as far as coaching is concerned, and one thing that coaches shouldn't do, is you should never coach a client who is supposed to be counseled. And how you find this out, in the process of a conversation, you will know that this individual has probably more deeper issues, because a professional coach has, a code of ethics to abide by. And for you, that is the journey you're supposed to walk with the client. But when it comes to issues that require therapy, then as a coach, professionally, you're supposed to stay back and say, you know what, can I refer you to a professional who can handle your situation? Well, to become a coach, you've got to go through professional and accredited kind of training. And there are a number of schools, either locally or globally, that would be able to provide that. So what you need to become a coach is 60 coach-specific training hours. And you need to be sure that you have checked with your provider that this particular program is accredited by any of the organizations that accredit coaching programs. One of those is the International Coach Federation, which is a global organization that governs the coaching profession and standards. We do not have very many accredited coaches in the market because, again, coaching is relatively a very new concept. In fact, about 70% of coaches, for example, you would find them in Europe and America. When it comes to the Africa and Middle East, we are playing in a very small space. Coaching is actually one of the best investments you can make. Research has actually shown that the returns are more than 3 times of the investment. But then the challenge is really coming up with those particular tools that you can defend and show the results to business. Coaching, as opposed to other human interventions, is one that affects not just your professional life, but as a person. Because it's about raising this level of self-awareness. It's about developing the individual. It's about, providing avenues for giving feedback and therefore enabling the individuals to become better at what they do. Any organization that is using coaching as one of their, interventions in learning and development is probably miles ahead. Because what coaching does is it improves the level of accountability. Because then it leaves the responsibility not to HR, not to the CEO, but it's about saying that it's my responsibility. Am I accountable? Am I willing, to make a change? Yeah, what has been put before me. So if anybody who has a coach or any organization that has invested in a coach, you'll realize that the performance levels of the organizations will go higher, because managers are committed to that process of making it better, and they feel that this is my responsibility. Therefore, it increases the level of accountability as well, and therefore productivity in organizations will also improve. How do you really embed a coaching culture in organizations? This, like I said, this is still very new, and one of the ways that this can be done is by creating a pool of internal coaches. As we speak today, coaching is very much supply driven as opposed to demand driven in our kind of market, like I said. And when I say that, I mean organizations are going in-house to say, these managers need training. We need to send them for coaching, and then we assign coaches within the organization to coach them. And secondly, I think executive coaching is one of the other areas that is quickly growing. We realize that the higher you go in the organization, the more challenging it becomes. The senior leaders don't want to expose their vulnerability, before everybody else. And they need to put up with the pressures, of the business, and they need to still be seen to be holding strong and, delivering results. However, they also do go through quite a number of challenges. How do they balance their personal needs, those of the organizations, the expectations of the employees? One of the ways really that successful organizations have been able to do this is through investing in executive coaching. And in fact, if you wanted coaching to be successful in your organization, you start from the top. The senior executives appreciate what it's about, the impact it has on them personally and on their jobs, and therefore then they are able to invest in the program for their direct reports. And really that's a journey to developing a coaching culture in the organization.